Hey there, just wanted to go over the theoretical approaches with you guys in case you were struggling to compose your questions and needed a review. So the first approach is that structural functional approach. It's all about solidarity and stability. So being together and being stable, being united and being strong. So remember we talked about this is being law and order. So like what happens when you don't act appropriately. And that structure, again, is how you're supposed to act. So we talked about speeding. We've talked about, walking in the hallway. All of these different things provide us structure, and then our reaction would be that function. This could be any questions about any dealings with the legal system, rules that are written or unwritten, and anything that, again, provides us a very distinct reaction from the group. The second approach is the social conflict approach, and it's anything that deals with conflict and change or any issues that are polarized. So, it could be why we've talked about why do women assume the role of stay-at-home mother and it's okay, whereas fathers are looked down upon for being stay-at-home dads, like a gender role issue. These could also be race issues. Thinking about modern times and issues of equality and inequality. So any of these would be considered conflict approach issues. Also, it could have to do with acquisition of resources. So it could be not just women versus men or different races versus each other. It could also be rich versus poor, middle class versus wealthy, so on and so forth. It could also extend to towns and cities, urban and rural, rural poor versus suburban, that kind of stuff. And the last approach is the symbolic interaction approach, which is that society produces everyday interactions of individuals. So these aren't conflict interactions. These are any interaction that's just every day. It could just be walking by somebody and saying good morning. It could be a friend that you have at work, a fun time that you have with your mom. Any of these interactions that shape our daily lives would be considered symbolic interaction. So if it's not a law and it's not a conflict, then it's likely interaction. So those are the three approaches. I hope this helped you navigate this information. So you're going to be making 3 questions for each approach. One of the questions should be the question that you had already written for the assignment that was last week and that you made your slideshow on. So you're going to take that question and you're going to put it under one of these theoretical approaches, and then you're going to create, 3, 3, and 2 for whatever remaining one you have. If you have any questions, you know the email. Have a great week.